Hi, I'm Alex from Novation. We're here today at Gear4music to take a look at our latest flagship synth, which is the Summit Synth. So we've looked at single mode. Now, single mode, as we mentioned, is the way that you kind of use Summit as a 16-voice polysynth. Multi-mode really brings in the bi-timbral operation. So what that means is we've effectively got two different 8-voice synths. Think of it as the power of what you get with a Peak or a Summit, and then that can then basically be doubled up, and then you can use that in a performance way. We've got different modes within that multi-mode, and we've got layer, which again will layer the sounds over the top of each other on the keybed. We've got a split mode, which again, you can easily assign by holding split and the key that you want to keybed split. It's the idea of having two different parts. You might have a bass sound or a string sound up high, depending on what you want. And then dual mode, it really does operate as two separate synths altogether. So the benefit of that really is when you start wanting to get a little bit more creative with your sound design. So we select multi. And again, these might not necessarily be the multis that it ships with, but we wanted to kind of put some stuff on there which highlights it. So I'll go to layer mode first. So again, it clearly lights up here blue. So blue is part A, orange is part B. And when I hold down both A and B, it goes kind of this off-white color. That basically means that I can control any of the parameters and it will control both sort of synths, if you like. So we go to part A as an example. So if we go into layer mode, so you can hear there's a string kind of arp sound and then there's a bass arp sound as well. If we go into split mode, now if I press down here, you'll hear just the bass. And if I go up high, you'll just hear that kind of string sound. Now again, some people kind of say, oh, well, how do you split it? All you do is hold split and the key that you want to split at. So really easy to kind of split mode if you wish to, like, you know, have a very kind of small range of keys for bass, but then you want to be more expressive with a lead sound, for example. In dual mode, it really is completely independent of one another. So now part A will be if I play the bass note up here. And if I go to B. So I quite like the way of this. When you start getting more sound creation, you can kind of go into this, dial it in. So adjust the filter where I want it for that. Maybe a bit more envelope. And then if I go to part B in dual mode, I can then still take control. Start dialing in a few more parameters there. So now if we go back into that layer mode again, even no matter what A or B, it will play both. But now if we can go into that split mode again and just sort of hear kind of that, what I've just done. So. So complete independent control of what I've done. Now if I go into both by pressing down the two keys together for A and B, go to layer mode and now it will hear both sounds. So really, really powerful way to be able to kind of get the most out of this synth. Now, if we go into two independent sounds, if I now initialize the multi, I'll select an initial multi just to show this off. So our trusty saw wave is back. So now I'll select part A and I go into dual mode. Kind of quite an interesting thing you can do is because you've got all the power of the synth, but for each individual sort of part, we can have two independent arpeggiators as well. So it's because we've doubled up everything. We've doubled up the oscillators, we've doubled up the FM, filter section, the LFOs, and the effects section. You can start getting really, really creative with it. So if we just put this on a real simple pattern on the ARP, turn it on, part A, I'm in dual mode, so I might want to control my filter amount. Independent reverb. So part A, we'll then put the arpeggiator on. So we can easily start getting very separate, independent control of those two arps, and then also then go into both mode and then take control of, say, a master effect or processing with the filter as an example. So using the multi-mode really does double up the power of what can be achieved with Summit. And as I said, these aren't necessarily the finished patches which we'll be getting in the multi-mode, but we really are having a lot of fun of seeing what the possibilities are when we're designing this unit. For more information about it, please check the link beneath the video, and I hope you enjoyed the videos today.